now that you've done some calf training, let's have a look at some other things you can do to better your balance. Now, first and foremost, the most common thing or common exercise when people feel like they can't balance is a split squat, right? They can get into this staggered stance just fine statically, but as soon as any movement begins to occur, that's when we start to fall and fold and just fight to maintain balance. Now, this sort of fighting is a sign of your body just basically feeling unstable, which sounds obvious, but that sensation of panic and instability will prevent your body from recruiting more muscle groups than what you could. Now, a very, very simple example of this would be a BOSU balance squat. Remember when everybody would just do everything on the BOSU ball for no reason? I mean, don't get me wrong, it can to some degree improve balance, but let's just try and do a squat on it. All right, here's my BOSU ball. If I break a limb, I really hope somebody calls 999. It's not very many people here, but okay. So let's say first I'm trying to balance. Okay, I'm actually getting a lot of proprioceptive feedback from my calves. I really feel them light up. So I try and do a squat. Okay, we're squatting, we're shaking, but we're squatting. Okay, fantastic. I'm getting loads of muscle recruitment. I'm getting glutes. I'm getting loads of tension everywhere. But that's the whole point. This tension that I'm getting, it's just global tension and sensation of panic, right? My body's like, what the hell, Val? You're in this like unstable, wobbly thing. We have to tense everything. But because you're tensing everything, that actually inhibits the recruitment of the key musculature. So for example, let's say I was on a BOSU ball and for some bizarre reason, I thought, you know what? I want to do a 1 rep max squat. I simply would get nowhere near that number. I reckon I could probably at most squat about 40 kilos. But then you're just going to get a bunch of neural and neuromuscular inhibition, actually preventing the working musculature from working. So what do we do to strengthen that musculature? We come off the damn ball without dying. Okay, fantastic. We're off the ball. We come off the damn ball. We get a barbell and we squat in a stable bilateral stance in an environment where our body feels safe. And that's how we strengthen musculature. So exactly the same thing for a split squat, right? Let's grab something to hold on to. So the whole point here is in your unilateral movements or movements where you feel like you're about to topple over, just add back some external stability. It doesn't mean you're a pussy. It doesn't mean you're a cop-out. It just means that you're actually going to do the movement properly and allow your body to feel safe enough to descend and ascend well. In a split squat, it can be just a case of holding something like so. Can also be a wall, like if you've got, a wall by you or some kind of a stick or something, and just perform split squats. Once you get the actual motor pattern going, fantastic. Let's do a little bit less support. Still hold the box with one arm, maybe load the other arm with a dumbbell or something, and hit a couple of these. This seems like a pretty self-explanatory, simple strategy, right? But so many people feel like they have to force their body to balance without actually getting anywhere. But what this will allow you to do is 1, get the movement pattern right. 2, actually load it while your body feels safe and improve it. And in being able to load that clean movement pattern that you've now got, you're going to develop all the musculature responsible for doing it. So eventually you won't need any support. There you go. You've improved your balance.